Oh, okay, I'll start. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Chuck Podorsky, and I'm the very proud principal here at La Jolla High School. We have so many amazing educational programs and opportunities here at La Jolla High for our students. Our students and staff have worked very hard to build opportunities for success to make sure that all students succeed. Part of that work is the critical support of the social and emotional well-being of our students. To that end, we are happy to be an early adopter of the Healthy Start initiative because we know that it's a critical part of the health and well-being of our students. I'm proud that the La Jolla families and San Diego Unified have been true trailblazers when it comes to this important issue that affects the physical and emotional health of our students. At this time, I'd like to introduce all of the guest speakers that we have here today. Cindy Martin, Superintendent, John Lee Evans, Board of Education Vice President, Dr. Howard Terrace, District Physician, and Austin Kingston, Grade 10. At this time, I'd like to introduce John Lee Evans.
Thank you very much, John Lee Evans, Johnleeevans, Vice President, San Diego Unified Board of Education. This is really a great and exciting day. We've had parents and teachers and students working for a long time on this initiative. We have a lot of information, a lot of research about the value of Healthy Start times by the Centers for Disease Control, the Medical Association, Psychological Association, and on, who have really found out that it improves student health, physical health, emotional health, as well as improving student achievement, reducing athletic injuries, and everything else. So this is an initiative that we're really doing to improve the lives of our students. Now, San Diego has, over the years, had a standard of starting high schools around 7:30, which is completely opposite to the circadian rhythms of our students. And so we're following the CDC's guidelines that the high schools start no earlier than 8:30 a.m. And we're really happy to be here at La Jolla High because we're doing this all across the district in fall 2020, but La Jolla High and SCPA as well as Muirlands have opted to join the program earlier, so they're going to have a one-year head start on everybody else, but it will be happening across the district the following year. And the timing of this couldn't be better. Even at the state, the state legislature right now is considering legislation to make it mandatory across the state, and will likely be on the governor's desk, but we're not waiting for that. We're moving ahead and we're doing this. The important point right now is to get the information to everybody. Everybody really needs to understand the benefits, and we're really starting with the benefits to the students. There are a lot of inconvenience to us adults that we're aware of, but we're really focusing on the well-being of the students. So throughout May, you will see a list of meetings at the various high schools across the district, informing people about the benefits of the Healthy Start times and a chance to listen to what people's concerns are about this. So to carry this out, the board made a resolution. We've been working on this for the last couple of years, but obviously it's up to the district staff to really be very creative in terms of working on transportation, athletics, academic schedules, and everything else to make this a success. And so to talk about that, I will turn this over to our superintendent, Cindy Martin.
Thank you, Dr. Evans. As he said, it's up to staff to be very creative to figure out how to implement this very important initiative. And what you see here today with Dr. Podorsky at La Jolla High and two other schools is the early implementers as we go forward with this plan that was passed by the Board of Education. This is happening in San Diego. We're very excited about it. The research backs this up. And what you have is two schools. We're going to hear from Austin in a moment. We're going to hear from our district physician so you understand the research behind it. And our job as staff is to figure out best ways to implement and understand how this impacts everybody, figure out all the logistics around transportation and sports. And we've got three schools going forward right now. So I want you to hear from a student.
Hi, I'm Austin Kingston. I'm a sophomore at La Jolla High School, and all the students here at La Jolla are we're looking forward to the late start. It's going to be really helpful to wake up an hour later, get an hour extra sleep. We're all aware of the immense benefits to our health, and we're all really looking forward to it. We are aware that there's going to be some issues with transportation and all that, but that's not for us to figure out. We're just happy that we get an hour extra in bed.
Okay. You want to make any comments, Dr. Terrace?
Sure. Just a few of the health facts.
Give me your name.
My name is Howard Terrace, and I'm the physician for San Diego Unified. Just some of the health facts. Beginning around puberty, the melatonin, which is a natural secretion of hormones that makes you fall asleep, comes about 2 hours later. A lot of adolescents can't go to bed or fall asleep before 11 p.m., and then they wake up later. So by forcing them to do otherwise, they actually have reduced sleep. Reduced sleep does, in fact, cause more problems with behavior, more problems with paying attention. If you're prone to depression for any reason, this is going to make that worse. And some of those reasons are screen time. And we find that a lot of kids will achieve better. They will drive safer if they're learning to drive. And they will be safer in the sports they participate in. So it's also been shown that parents sometimes underestimate the effects of inadequate hours of sleep on their children, but we can't ignore that this is really a true fact. Thank you.
Any questions?
I have a question. I remember back in high school we used to have zero period that you could opt into around 7 in the morning. Are you guys still going to have that option for students if they want to take a period first?
I'll let the superintendent.
Chuck, at your school, will you be doing that as early implementers? No. This is really about each school figuring out the best way to implement it. So I'm going to turn right to a principal to say, in this early implementer adoption, what does that even work anymore? And it certainly isn't going to be nothing will start earlier than what we know to be a healthy start time.
So when will they're going to start around 8:30, 9? Talk about transportation, that it will be a factor for some parents. How do you handle that?
Well, transportation is always a factor with the current schedule and the new schedule.
You come up to the mic, I'm sorry.
Okay. Transportation is always an issue with the current schedule and with the new schedule because there's no school day that fits is in sync with parents' work schedules. When parents work 8 days, we'd have to have school in session for about 9 or 9.5 hours. So right now, some parents are very comfortable with dropping off their kids at 7:30 and some are inconvenienced. The opposite is going to happen when we change. There will be different parents that are inconvenienced. We have to look for solutions and listen to these concerns. And one possibility is organizing more carpools so that kids can get to school on time.
How do you plan on organizing those carpools?
Well, we haven't done that yet, but we will look at each school and each principal and also district-wide. We could look at possibly on the website having some way for people to connect with each other so that there could be carpools. It's a good idea for us to reduce the number of vehicles on the road anyway.
As Dr. Evans said, this is going to take creativity, school by school creativity. If we come up with one solution that's going to make it work for each community, we'll be wrong. But what we're going to do is move forward with removing any of the barriers, and these 3 pilot schools are going to show us the way to help meet the parents' needs and the students' needs so that we can do what our doctor just says is the right thing to do.
For the superintendent, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What's the end goal? What do you want?
District-wide implementation of healthy start times.
Gotcha. And what would this do for the children here or the kids here who attend San Diego?
It would have San Diego Unified be the district that's in alignment with the research around what healthy start time looks like. You just heard about the circadian rhythms. When we know better, we need to do better. When we understand the science behind it, we're going to make the adjustments that need to be made that are in line with healthy start times for our students.
Are we worried about safety on the evening since kids are getting out later? Kids will be getting home later, and there's the cause of kids getting hit by vehicles and stuff.
Student safety is always a priority to us. No matter what we do, we need to make sure that what we're doing is in alignment with research, and as we implement, we put student safety first in the middle of all of that.
And speaking about later, how later when will school end exactly?
Do you have the details for your school? It's always good to go with the reason why we have early implementers is we can see what it looks like as we get going. So let's get an example here.
Sure. The way our bell schedule ended up working out is we're starting at 8:35 in the morning, and then we're going to be ending at 3:16 in the afternoon.
What was it before exactly?
7:20-ish to about 2:20-ish.
How did you choose these 3 schools to be the first ones?
Well, let me just say that we did not choose. The district did not choose these schools. The superintendent laid out a plan whereby schools, if they wanted to start a year early, could have a process, but it's deviating from the norm. Excuse me, the norm of what we do. So these schools had to come to an agreement to do it earlier, but they were not selected by the district. They were just the first ones to step up. The early adopters, exactly.
Great, thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.